Peace reflections. You are over here with Sarithia. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button if you haven't already, because you are officially in with my crew. And y'all voted on this week's topic. And y'all want to hear about these fallen angels. So here we go, reflection. Now, if this is your first time coming over here with me, definitely hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button. Don't forget to ring that bell because you never want to miss out on notifications, okay? So, we have been reading the book called The Created. This is by Gregory A. Rogers. The name of it is The Devil's Apprentice, right? Now, if you haven't already, because we in chapter what? We in chapter 19 now. Okay, it's called The First Volley. So if you haven't caught up with us, definitely go over there to the book read playlist tab and you can catch up with all of the other chapters, reflections. This is all about the fallen angels, but before they fell, this is about how Lucifer was able to gather all of the angels on his side. Well, not all of them, but he got the most important, right? So with that being said, if y'all, let's do a little recap of last week or the week before that, whenever we read those two chapters. Okay, so the fallen angels done fucked up, reflection. Okay, they done fucked around and fucked up. Not only do Elohim know, well, Elohim always knew that Lucifer was becoming more aware of self, and he wanted to do things for self. He didn't want to follow in the light of Elohim. He wanted to do his own thing. He did not want to watch over the human creations. He did not want to watch over these other beings. He wanted to rule his own paradise. Okay, so, with that being said, even though he already had the Garden of Eden, technically that wasn't enough. He wanted more. So, with that being said, Lucifer has come up with the plan of self where he's gotten all these other angels that have the same mindset, kind of that he does. All right. Now, he actually had this one angel called Malachi. All right. Now, Malachi had a lot of influence throughout the heavens, but well, this particular part of heavens, because there's levels to it, right? So this particular part of heaven, Elohim, I mean, Malachi had a lot of influence. So Malachi decided to join Lucifer. He was actually at one point in time Lucifer's apprentice, right? So he learned a lot of things from Lucifer. But the whole time Lucifer only was interested in Malachi because of his influence, all right, what he could get out of Malachi, all right, to help further his plan of self, right? So this is also called the Great Rebellion. If you ever heard of the Great Rebellion, this is what they're talking about right here. All right. So Malachi has finally came on the side of Lucifer, but he realized that Lucifer has some kind of, they don't have the same agenda at hand. Okay. Lucifer is not trying to walk behind Elohim or beside Elohim. He's trying to walk in front or create his own lane. And once Malachi realized that, he did a 360 on Lucifer and he decided to get up out of there. Now, do you think those fallen angels are about to let Malachi go without a fight? No, they're not. Okay, because Malachi know a lot. So, with that being said, they have been hunting down Malachi, and they've been on Malachi ass. Malachi actually had help from another high-ranking angel that helped him escape from Lucifer and the fallen angels. But the fallen angels have been on their ass, reflection, and these fallen angels, they messed up a little bit along the way. They had these flaming swords. Well, they got these flaming swords, and nobody else in the heavens had these flaming swords because Lucifer found this special lake, the lake of fire, which is a volcano, reflection. He found this lake of fire in the Garden of Eden. He was able to create these flaming swords that could defeat the other angels who just had regular swords. But nobody knew how the flaming swords were made until these fallen angels got to running their damn mouth. Now, Lucifer don't know about this quite yet, but I'm guessing throughout this chapter, we got to see how Lucifer is going to feel about it. You know, he damn near choked one of the other angels in a couple chapters back. He choked one of his best angels, reflection. In a chapter back, he got a little piece of a temper problem. He's a very jealous God. Do you hear what I'm saying? So with that being said, reflection, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, because we are about to get into it, okay? Now, the name of this chapter is The First Volley, okay? And there was war in heaven, Michael and his angels waging war with the dragon. Revelations chapter 12, 7a verse, okay? This is what this chapter is about. Tensions ran high as they led units along the pathway from the trade room to both the Holy Mount, and Michael's office gave ground right up to their final defensive positions. Fighting was intense up and down the entire front, but these two locations were now the focal points of conflict. As angelic units from the army of hosts fell back slowly along these two pathways, Lucifer's fallen angels rushed in to take advantage of what looked to be an obvious weakness. Watching from the holy mount, Elohim thought, Lucifer believes he has the upper hand. Soon he will know the truth. Let the wise one boast not of his wisdom, nor the strong one boast of his strength, nor the rich one boast of his riches, but let he who boasts boast of this, that he knows and understands me. Oh, Lucifer, you do not know me. So this is Elohim. Seems like he trying to lure Lucifer in a damn trap. Reflection. Keep in mind, Elohim is all knowing. He been knowing that Lucifer didn't want to follow him. Before Lucifer ever came up with the plan itself, he could see that he could just see his light dimming. Okay, so let's keep it going. As the rebellion gained momentum, the delicate between the angels in support of the king and those who threw their lot in with Lucifer became increasingly clear. Angels began to declare their loyalties at a rapid pace, either defending the king or trying to bring him down. Finally, as this long lost day reached its 11th hour, Elohim summoned a Hari God angel and delivered a simple statement to be shared with every loyal angel throughout the heavens. Calmly, the angel passed the message on to many messenger angels that stood by outside the holy mountain, waiting for their turn to deliver the message to the front of the king. One by one, the messenger angels lifted into the sky. Spirit leaped to their assigned units. When they arrived, they simply read, "The hour has come. All have declared, let loose the lion." Oh shit, what Elohim got up his leg? With that message, Elohim signaled that every angel in the heavens had aligned either with him or with Lucifer. Upon receiving the message, Michael cried out in a voice, "The lion has roared. Who will not fear?" The message spread down the line of angels as each passed it along his comrades. All knew what it meant. The time had come to spring their trap. One at a time, and then in pairs, angels began to lead the defensive line in front of Michael's office, falling back to a prepared position within the offices. Meanwhile, several cohorts fell back out of the offices into a prepared position behind the building. To any who may have been watching, it looked as if their defending the force walked through Michael's office and retreated even further to the rear. In reality, the warriors of the king were ideally positioned to defend the office and then counterattack once the enemy's position became tenuous. Spears were high along the defense front of the army of the host. Still, all were silent as Michael forces waited in anticipation of combat. They waiting on the fallen angels, baby. They outside Michael's, Archangel Michael office. Because you know the other angels, they failed and shit. The other archangels, they failed. A couple of them failed too, Reflection. They outside Michael's office and they ready to take down the fallen angel. They ready for inflection. Keep in mind, in the last chapter, they realized where they got the flaming swords from, and then they got flaming swords and shit too. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Let's keep going. It says each angel looked to his right and his left for encouragement. A similar scene took place on the Holy Mount, but in this setting, each angel looked not to his comrades, but to the king. Suddenly, the air was filled with fire as if the heavens themselves were set ablaze. Streaking through the sky were flaming arrows, numbering more than the sands of the seashore. However, they weren't being launched by the army of the host. Instead, it was an opening salvo by Lucifer's army in their attack on Michael's office. Oh shit, them fallen angels coming, Reflection. They got fire and shit coming from the sky. Reflection, what's finna go on? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It says, though many of the arrows fell harmless against the defensive walls, many found their marks. Screams of pain filled the air as thousands of angels felt the scorching heat from the lake of fire. Malachi cringed as the memory of his own encounter with the flaming sword intruded into his mind. You know, Malachi had got hit with one of them flaming swords and shit too, not too long ago. Malachi said this bring back memories. I remember how them flaming swords felt, baby. Okay, let's keep going. It says, Corporal Joel grabbed Malachi's arm and said, "I'll do all I can to keep you from experiencing that again. Still, this is an hour for sacrifice. I know you are willing to give everything for our king. I question if our enemies have as much resolve for Lucifer." Malachi nodded in agreement. Thinking of how does he come to join in the rebellion alone, Lucifer, he responded, don't worry about me. I will give everything I am to uphold the throne of Elohim. Together, Malachi and Corporal Joel walked along the defensive front, providing aid to all the suffering, even as they dodged incoming arrows. As they did, Malachi heard several angels raising an alarming concern. How is it that Lucifer's army knew just when and where to strike us? I thought our plan set a trap for them. It feels like it's a trap for us. Did the enemy know our plan? It seemed like the timing of the attack couldn't have been even better. Oh shit, they said we got an inside in this motherfucker telling shit. We got somebody in here telling shit. How Lucifer them know where they was at? But keep in mind, Lucifer had what's that angel name? Reflection. Moloch. He had Moloch, and Moloch, you'll get what I'm saying. Moloch told him it ain't where you, it's not how many you conquer, it's where you conquer. Yes, it's not how many you hit, it's which ones you hit. Okay, reflection, let's see what's going on. It says, Malachi led Corporal Joel aside and said, I have to admit, it did seem strange how the initial volley came just after we received the new orders. We should make sure the Archangel knows about these rumors. We may have a traitor within the ranks. So now they like, hold on now. We thought somebody was on our side. How did they know? Because keep in mind, Elohim just had gave a message saying, listen, it's wartime now. Get your defense mode up. And as soon as Elohim put the word out, either you with him or you with Lucifer, there go them fallen angels coming from the sky reflection. They'll go them fallen angels coming with them, that little piece of lake of fire. And they said, oh, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Y'all think it's a traitor within the kingdom? Let's see. It says they made their way back to the makeshift command center in the center of Archangel Michael's duty assistant. It had been decided that using his own office would not be wise, given how readily the enemy would know of this location. As the two approached the office, they were met by 5 guardian angels in full battle armor. Halt! Identify yourself, came the forceful order from an angel who was obviously in command of the security detail. Malachi and Corporal Joel. They are the new ones, sir, said another one of the warriors in security detail. Stay right where you are, ordered the commander. Why the harsh treatment, Commander? Asked Corporal Joel. Well, Corporal, you might have noticed there are a lot of angels who aren't quite who they seem they are anymore. And this one with you, well, he just happens to be the angel Lucifer named to be his chief of staff. So they don't keep in mind, I told y'all that in the beginning, Lucifer had got Malachi on his side to become the chief of staff with the fallen angels. But once he realized that Lucifer was finna go against Elohim, he got his ass up out of there. But now these other angels that found out that motherfucker, you was just over there with Lucifer's ass. Let's keep it going. It says, I understand why you are being so cautious, but I believe he's proven his loyalty to the king by now, said Corporal Joel. The commander of the detail then said, I tell you what, let's go visit the Archangel Michael together and let's clear up this matter. You lead the way. Slowly, the 2 loyal servants of Elohim, who had already suffered so much in the defense of the throne, suffered the indignity of being taken under armed watch to the hallway leading to the office of the deputy assistant. As Malachi reached for the door handle, one of the warriors asked, why have you led us here? This isn't the office of Archangel. This is not the hallway. Malachi slowly turned to face the 5 warriors and determined to look on his face. What are you doing, Malachi? Asked Corporal Joel. Don't you think the security detail for the Archangel would know where he was? Yet these traitors want us to take them to the Archangel's office. Turning to the angels of the security detail, he asked, and where were you when I was taking the first stand against this rebellion? I shouldn't answer you, but I will. We were at our stations, carrying out our orders, much more than you've been doing, traitor. I'm sure you were, but whose orders were you carrying out? Asked Malachi as he drew his flaming sword and thrust at the angel who stood before them. Adomimus dodged the strike and drew his own sword. Corporal Joel asked, who are these angels? Traitors. They serve Lucifer now. Before he could say any more, the warriors of the security detail drew their swords and moved to engage Malachi. Drawing his own sword, Corporal George jumped once more to save Malachi's side. I don't know who these angels are, said Malachi, pointing at the angels on the flocks, but these three are Adominus, Samuel, and Araham. They were in the trade room when you rescued me. So these angels right here, reflection, they thinking that these angels are on Elohim's side, the security, the whole time. Malachi, remember these angels, they part of the fallen angels. They fell, they broke their wings black, they not white no more. So and Malachi, remember him, because keep in mind, Malachi was in the loop with Lucifer. Keep in mind, reflection, keep in mind, Malachi on his toes. Malachi like, hold on. This ain't the way to Michael's Archangel Micheal office. Where the fuck y'all going? You supposed to be security detail. You supposed to know where you going. Like, what's really going on? Whole time reflection. They got at least Malachi on his toes. These fallen angels in disguise. Let's keep it going. Samuel immediately stuttered. Ugh, you must be. I was never. Abraham, shaking his head, placed a hand on his comrade and said, Samuel, we knew it would eventually come to this. Let's get started. Adominus stepped in front of Samuel and Abraham and said, perception. With all those angels present and us in the background, how could you have recognized us? I may be a low-ranking angel, but I am a low-ranking associate in the Department of Celestial Fellowship. Recognizing those attending a function at which I am attendance is, well, my job. Adonis said, well, my job is to drive the archangel from this position and to do the same with any angel who might get in our way. So what will it be? Take an unwise stand against a bigger force or flee without having to feel the flames of my sword? He said, listen, I know it's your job to recognize the falling from you get what I'm saying, the angels of light. But let me tell you something. I'm here to do a motherfucking duty now. Either you can go left or you can go right. Now, if you want to come against us, that's your motherfucking business. But I don't suggest it, Malachi. Don't you remember what these flaming swords felt like? Don't you remember what these flaming swords feel like? Now, I could off your ass right here, but I'm going to try to give you a chance to do what you know you want to take. You want to do A, B, or do you want to do C? Now, C is all the above. That mean I'm fuck your ass up right here. Now, what you want to do? What you gonna do? He better believe your ass Lucifer ain't think Lucifer will tell him go get his ass. But at least not just, that's just what I think. But anyway, let's keep going. Hit the like and subscribe, but we over here talking about these fallen angels. It says, guess I'll have to take yet another stand, said Malachi. I would never bow to Lucifer or cower before the advances of you who try to disgrace Elohim. He's still talking shit. It says, that's just what your boss said before we ran through and led him away. Don't worry. I'm sure you both will see barbarians soon. While Armades, Samuel, and Elohim fiend attacks at Malachi and Corporal Joel, the fallen angels on their flanks rushed forward, attempting to catch the two by surprise. Instead, they met the flaming swords of two angels who had already experienced combat. Corporal Joel dispatched the fallen angel, attacking him with a devastating blow to the head before the enemy could even begin to strike. Malachi blocked his attacker's blow, producing glowing embers. As he prepared to finish the fight with his own attack, the fallen warrior spirit leaped away. Before the sparks settled, Samuel and Abraham pressed forward in a lightning-fast strike, which caught Malachi and Corporal Joel by surprise. While Samuel swung his flaming sword at Malachi's head, Amriel slid along the ground, swinging at Corporal Joel's legs. Both strikes glanced off their targets, causing the two servants of Elohim to step back in pain. Fortunately, the strikes didn't leave them incapacitated. Oh, shit, reflection. While Elohim's angels tried to regain their bearings, Adamius flew forward with a strike of his own. Just as the sword was about to find its mark across Malachi's back, Corporal Joy extended his own sword to foul the blow at the last second. He then spun out of his defensive maneuver into attack on Samuel. Though his attack on Malachi had been fast enough to sneak past his defenses, Samuel's strike met its match in the speed of Corporal Joy's counter. Moments later, there remained only Adamius and Abraham. As the four remaining combats faced off from out of nowhere, the fallen angels chased initially from the fight by Malachi now appeared behind him. In an instant, all three struck out at the two angels. Only the skill of Corporal Joy prevented an immediate victory by the opponents. As he battled on the ground against Adamius and Elohim, Malachi regaged in his battle with a recently returned fallen angel in mid-air. Malachi's opponent attempted to spirit leap behind him again. However, Malachi anticipated the maneuver and thrust his flaming sword in reverse to a strike. The fallen angel reappeared at the right moment and location to find himself impaled on Malachi's flaming sword. They out there kicking ass, ain't a reflection. The defending warrior lingered in his agonizing state even after Malachi pulled his sword free from his body. Meanwhile, Corporal Joy, despite his great skill, could do little more than fend off Adamas and Elohim. Finding himself cornered and unable to gain the upper hand with his blade, he must have remembered Malachi's actions during his fight with Nigel. Still wielding his sword, the corporal began to speak blessings upon the fallen angels. Instead, the unsuspected followers of Lucifer fell to their knees, begging for mercy. Unfortunately for them, Corporal Joy's flaming blade was swifter than their cries. Both were sliced through, dismembering and burst of fire. They were surrendering, said Malachi. Couldn't you have spared those final blows? Malachi still trying to save them fallen angels, like the fallen angel would have spared his ass. Let's keep it going. I would have been happy to do so, responded Corporal. Guess they needed to surrender faster next time. Alone in the hallway in front of the office of Michael's duty assistant, the two angels knocked and then entered the makeshift command center. What was all that racket in the hallway as Archangel? Shit, Michael, you mean to tell me you sitting in the office the whole time talking about what's that racket outside? You could have picked your head out the door and see what the fuck was going on. We need assistance in this motherfucker. But anyway, we handled it. Let's keep it going. If I was Malachi, that's what I would have said. But anyway, let's keep going. What was that racket in the hallway? Asked Archangel Michael. Malachi answered, Sir, we were coming to warn you that a traitor among us has been informing the enemies of our plans. We believe this information allowed them to efficiently time the initial volley against our positions. Do you have any idea who might be serving Lucifer within my command? I do, but I'm almost certain they won't be troubling you again. Malachi and Corporal Joy explained their encounter with Michael's security detail in their planned strike against his position. I'll be needing some replacements to guard off during this battle. Know anyone I can trust? Asked Archangel Michael. Never mind. The two of you will be perfect. Okay, so keep in mind this was Archangel. Lucifer getting close. Lucifer had Archangel Michael's security. He done turned them into motherfucking fallen angels reflection. He had the whole security who was supposed to be protecting him. He done turned their ass reflection. This is something serious. Let's keep it going. We in chapter 20 now. It's only 28 chapters, so we just read chapter 19 and 20 today. All right. So the name of this one is Frontal Assault. The dragon and his angels waged war. This is Revelations 12, chapter 12, verse 7b. We just read chapter 12, verse 7a. Okay, that's what that story was about. Now we finna get into the next one. All right. So the name of this is the Frontal Assault. The dragon and his angels waged war. For those whose lives are lived with an eternal perspective, the concept of a day is pointless. Yet this lost day, which began with the devastation of the first volley, loosed on Michael's defense at the direction of spies in the Archangel ranks, not only stood out, but seemed to linger endlessly. Those not injured by the fierce arrows of the first strike or the endless waves which followed did what they could to aid their suffering comrades. Teams of angels entered disputed space between the opposing lines, sometimes even under the terms of momentary ceasefire, in hopes of aiding the injured. As the spirits of the armies of the host began to sink with the lingering cries of comrades left alone in disputed spaces, a chill sound began to rise from the ranks of the fallen angels. So eerie was the crackle of their laughter that some angels fled without even being struck, more being almost completely destroyed. Frontline commanders of the army of hosts began to see huge gaps open all along their defense perimeter. Finally, when it seemed like a vast majority of Michael's defense force was incapacitated by injury or fear, Lucifer's warriors crashed through it. and into what remained of his core defense. Some flew at top speed while others spirit leaped into the faces of the building of the defenders. Them damn reflection, them damn fallen angels. I tell you, they over the list. They didn't even have to do all that. So a lot of them, if they ain't already got attacked by these fallen angels, they reflection, they running in film. They running in film. You know how them fallen angels, they got that little laugh. They love doing that little laugh reflection. You know that laugh I'm talking about. Let's keep it going. Hit the like and subscribe button. It says the first wave of the new frontal assault on Michael's office caught many off guard. A large number of defenders believed the enemy would need time to mount another significant attack. As a result, they were busy looking for their lost comrades following the earlier arrow bandages that they had endured. Those who were focused on defending their positions were overcome by a sheer speed of attack. Screams filled the air as the king host felt the sting of yet another dramatic blow to their numbers. Even the bravest of angels began to retreat deeper into the building, looking for cover from the rainstorm of arrows and strikes coming from the swords of their winged pursuers. Some just look for a clear avenue to escape. That's what we gotta get the fuck up out of here. They ain't reloaded enough. Where they getting all these damn arrows from? Let's keep it going. It says, as a second defense perimeter was being set, a new fresh line of fallen angels stepped past their comrades from the first assault. While the first wave of attackers had been large, this new line of fallen angels threatened to drown out the glory of Elohim on the battlefield. Many of the injured who lay in the field of battle fell silent out of fear, standing in the front of their bewildered opponent, dressed in dull red body armor. The members of the special unit of fallen angels are known as our thundering voice. So the first wave of fallen angels, they was just there to clear some shit out. They was just there to do a little piece of damage. Lucifer got him a special unit, baby, like the scorpions shit. He got him an elite unit of fucking fallen angels in their reflection. And the name of them is our thunder voice. Okay, they dressed in all red and shit. These ain't fallen angels dressed in all red. Oh my goodness, let me give me some water. Let me give me a little bit of water because we finna read about the thunder voice angels. Okay, Lucifer got him a little special team. And let's see what's really going on. Drop in the comments and let me know what's going on with these fallen angels. What's going on with these fallen angels? Lucifer got these motherfuckers going in groups. They very organized. Okay, let's see what's going on. It says he had a special unit of fallen angels known as our thundering voice. All spoke a curse against Michael's defense front. Again, they tore holes in what remained of the army of host lines. Those who remained reeled backwards under the force of the oppression that filled the air. Many others writhed the ground, unable to gather their wits as pain and unholy power cursed through the spirits. Malachi and Corporal Joel watched from their position, guarding Michael's command center as some angels pressed on despite the torment of their injuries. Still others, even sometimes the strongest and the bravest, could not take their agony and spirit leap away from the fairy. Despite his own resolve, Malachi thought, I can't blame them for fleeing. Anyone who would question their faithful service has not felt that flaming sword, flaming arrow, or this power of blessing and curses. Okay, because keep in mind, Malachi, how he had got the other fallen angels to bow down to him, he started speaking blessings. Well, Lucifer found out about that shit. Now Lucifer got his angels speaking curses on their ass. So it is duality and shit, reflection. Okay, let's keep it going. This shit is, let's keep it going. The power of the tongue. Now it says, only those who have suffered understand the immense sacrifice they have given for the king. For all practical purposes, the defenses at Michael's offices had broken, and this lost day appears to be trust and holy. Lucifer, leading the primary force of fallen angels toward the holy mount, bypassed the Mount of Assembly. As for the plan, he and Moloch, remember him and Moloch had got together and shit, him and Moloch and Xviiii had devised. He would return to take it once Yahweh had been calculated. The defenses leading to the Holy Mount seemed far less organized and were surprisingly put up less resistance. He and many of the Watchers forced their way through the six heavens. Keep in mind, I told you the Watchers is with Lucifer. Now it says Lucifer shouted to his followers, "Well done, warriors. We've taken the king completely by surprise. We've already stormed through the higher heavens, and word has come that our second command has conquered Michael and driven off many of the defenders in his position. We're prepared to take the Holy Mount. It's just a matter of time now. Soon I will be your king, and you will finally receive all of the benefits of self." Oh shit! Reflection. Lucifer is in with this new with the special unit. Lucifer came up here. Now let's see what's going on. He says, Lucifer and his closest followers approached the gate to the Holy Mount. Rage filled his heart, and he yelled, "For all you have taken from me, I will pour down my wrath." Rather than opening the gate, he sliced through it with his flaming sword. As he did, Narja arrived on the scene. Through battle, Narja was proven to be one of the best at infiltrating enemy territory and gathering intelligence. He reported, "Sir, the enemies defending Archangel Michael have broken. We are victorious in the administrative district of the fourth heavens. All that remains for us to take is the Mount of the Holy Assembly. However, there are so few defenders left, it should fall without much effort. The first, second, and third heavens are completely in disarray." Lucifer them that took over the first heaven, the second heaven, the third heaven. Reflection. Oh my goodness, these fallen angels is busy. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We have close to 1/3 of all angels now following our cause. The leadership structure of those who remain loyal to the king have been thrown into chaos. Entire angel departments have shut down, and fear runs rapid among our enemies. They simply don't know who to trust anymore. What those fallen angels love, they love to confuse your ass. They love chaos and confusion. So let's keep it going. Our efforts are working perfectly. All we need to do now is force the king to surrender. His report blustered Lucifer's confidence, and he cried out in a loud voice, "I will make myself the most high God." Narja said, "If I may be bold, may I be the first to say, Hail King Lucifer." Oh shit, they pumping his head up. You know, Lucifer love a little compliment. So Lucifer like that shit. Like that shit. Lucifer said, "Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Who's great? I'm great. Who's great? I'm great. Who's great?" They over there, the fallen angels reflection. Let's keep it going. Oh my goodness. They ain't even won the damn battle yet. They up there talking about hell, Lucifer. Let's keep going. It says, as the forces under Lucifer drove themselves toward the temple, several waves of the fallen angels easily broke through the guardian cherubim who fought to secure the standing leading upon the holy mount. Lucifer raised his flaming sword and urged his command to launch themselves up to climb on their ultimate prize, Yahweh himself. They over there trying to get Yahweh reflection. Lucifer was certain he would be in his rightful seat on the throne in no time at all. Angels trained especially for just this moment soared into action to prevent the unrighteous from defiling the holy mount. However, the forces of Lucifer's desire, as well as the words of his curse in the power of the tongue, easily drove even the elite angels' desires from the field. With none to hinder his progress up the steps towards the temple, Lucifer once more basked in glory that he was certain it would be his. Far above the glory which would come to the ruler of all of the angels, Lucifer raised his sword in intimate victory and cried out, "No longer will I serve another. I, in fact, Yahweh, will serve me." Oh, shit, reflection. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Lucifer. Let's keep it going. The battle still raged within the office of the Archangel Michael as the king's host began to break into independent brands of unorganized resistance. Several of these small brands of angels put up heroic efforts for the king and their brothers in arms. However, they quickly learned that evil intentions allow a level of ruthlessness in combat that is hard to match. That is until ruthless meets righteous. Okay, reflection. That was the end of chapter 20. We read 19 and 20. Lucifer, them, they thought there was a Lucifer angels and fucked around and took over Archangel Micheal office. They done took over the first, second, and third heavens reflection. They know they done turned 1/3 already reflection of the other angels. Lucifer got him two branches of different angels. He even got him an elite branch dressed in all red reflection. He called him the thunderbolts reflection, the thunderstorm, some shit like that. I don't remember. But listen, reflection. Lucifer over there kicking a little piece of ass. Just a little piece now. Just a little piece, reflection. He done set their ass up. He done set them down, other angels up. So what y'all think gonna happen in chapter 21? We gonna go back. We gonna read chapter 21 and 22. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that shit finna work out? How do you think Yahweh finna bow down? What I think? You think Yahweh finna bow down to the fallen angels? Keep in mind, the angels of light reflection. They was using blessings. They was using blessings to fuck up the fallen angels. The fallen angels realized that and they start using curses. Okay, listen, reflection. I can't take these things. I can't take them, baby. Lucifer created him a whole elite team. He said before there was ever a scorpion elite team, I had the thunderstorms. I had the motherfucking thunderstorms, and we was dressed in all red. We don't play that shit. Okay, we all up in the heavens and shit. You get what I'm saying? Trying to take over. You get what I'm saying? Reflection. Oh my goodness. I don't know if y'all gonna bow down to their ass. So I don't know. We gotta come back and we gotta read chapter 21 to see what's going on. Reflection. We gotta see what's going on with these fallen angels, baby. Cause listen. Moloch and Lucifer came up with them a little strategy, baby. They feel like they some masterminds over there. So drop in the comments and tell me what you think gonna happen in chapter 21 and chapter 22. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Until next time, I say.